Are you traveling to Seattle and need a guide to the Seattle Center? Are you an LGBTQ plus traveler and need someone with a trusted perspective? I'm your guy. My name is NikStarchild, a transgender man of color who likes to share my travels. In this video, I'll give background on the Seattle Center and, if applicable, my experience at some of the larger campus organizations. The Seattle Center is an active civic, arts, and family gathering place, with more than 30 cultural, educational, sports, and entertainment organizations that reside on the grounds, together with a broad range of public and community programs, create thousands of events on the 74-acre campus. With more than 30 cultural, educational, sports, and entertainment organizations that reside on the grounds, together with a broad range of public and community programs, create thousands of events on the 74-acre campus and attract over 12 million visitors each year. At Seattle Center, the purpose is to create exceptional events, experiences, and environments that delight and inspire the human spirit to build stronger communities. Anti-racism, equity, social justice, and inclusion support a key organizational value at Seattle Center to steward a safe and welcoming place for all. As a public-facing department of the City of Seattle, the Center plays an important role in the city's efforts to expand its race and social justice initiative. Also to note, there are all-gender restrooms located in the Seattle Center Armory. Campus is lush, and there were many people hanging out on the grass and kids played in the fountain. It was a very busy weekend, but definitely had quiet areas and nooks to beat the crowds. The most well-known campus organizations on the massive campus are the Space Needle, Museum of Pop Culture, the Monorail, Chihuly Garden and Glass, and Climate Pledge Arena. Let me share more about these big five. The Space Needle. The Space Needle is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world and is a treasured Seattle icon. Built for the 1962 World's Fair, the Century 21 exposition, whose theme was the Age of Space. The tower's futuristic design was inspired by the idea that the fair needed a structure to symbolize humanity's space-age aspirations. Since its grand opening on April 21, 1962, the landmark continues to symbolize the innovative and forward-thinking spirit of Seattle. The Space Needle stands at 650 feet tall and is one of the most photographed surfaces in the world. The tower is 520-degree saucer-shaped top house, offers visitors Seattle's only 360-degree indoor and outdoor panoramic views of downtown, Mount Rainier, Puget Sound, and the Cascades and Olympic mountain ranges. The Space Needle includes breathtaking, multi-level, floor-to-ceiling glass viewing experiences, including an upper-level outdoor observation deck with open-air glass walls and skyriser glass benches. The upper level, known as the Loop, is the world's first and only rotating glass floor below. The Space Needle is a fun experience and definitely something to do with a couple or group. As a solo traveler, it is fine, and I saw a couple of other people who were alone and asked others to take their photos. I personally never asked for that, and I'm happy with my selfies. I came on the weekend and it was very busy inside. I see why they have timed entries. Bathrooms are gendered and with tight space, and there are no stairs except between the viewing decks. The only way up and down is the elevators. Tickets for adults vary from $35 to $39, depending on the time of day and the day of the week, but you can save a fair amount of money buying your tickets in advance with City Pass. Chihuly Garden and Glass features many of Dale Chihuly's most popular series works and architectural installations, highlighting the wide-ranging breadth and scope of Dale's career to include new, existing, and archival works by the artist. Chihuly Garden and Glass is a long-term exhibition opened at Seattle Center in 2012. The exhibition includes 8 galleries, the centerpiece glass house, and a lush garden. At the end of the garden, there's a theater. The theater presents short videos on Chihuly's working process, interviews, glass blowing, working on site, doing installations and exhibitions. And Chihuly and his team really showcased it well in this garden. There were points where I didn't know what was glass and what was plants in the outdoor garden space. This is an exhibit you should not miss. Tickets for adults are $35, but you can save a fair amount of money using City Pass. I think it's really cool that the Mopop built its museum within feet of the monorail tracks. Seattle Center Monorail is the nation's first full-scale commercial monorail system and a beloved Seattle landmark. Construction began in April of 1961 by Alweg Rapid Transit Systems. The monorail opened to the public on March 24, 1962, nearly 1 month before the start of the World's Fair. Seattle Center Monorail system is composed of 2 trains and a fixed guideway. Each train runs on its own dedicated rail and is only 1 mile long. The monorail travels directly between Westlake Center Mall, which is on 5th Avenue and Pine Street, and the Seattle Center. There is only 1 stop, so you won't get lost. Adult tickets are $3.50, and for the price, it was worth the ride. It was short, clean, and had an interesting viewpoint. I'd highly recommend this as a more fun way to get downtown from the Seattle Center. Climate Pledge Arena is the complete redevelopment of a historic landmark. Originally built for the 1962 Seattle World's Fair, it was renovated and preserved the original exterior and roof, which is now a Seattle landmark. The arena opened on October 22nd, 2022. The arena is home to the WNBA Seattle Storm and the world's biggest performers of live music and events. Climate Pledge Arena serves as a long-lasting and regular reminder of the urgent need for climate action and will be the first net zero carbon certified arena in the world. The Climate Pledge, which was founded by Amazon and Global Optimism in 2019, is a commitment from companies globally to be net zero carbon by 2040. I enjoyed the facilities at Climate Pledge Arena. Definitely a new construction, and you can see that in the quality of the build. I like seeing all the greenery inside as well. As a transgender man, it was relieving to know that Climate Pledge Arena has all gender and family restrooms, and they are available near most sets of the men and women's restrooms throughout the arena. Museum of Pop Culture, or MoPop, is a leading-edge nonprofit museum dedicated to the ideas and risk-taking that fuel contemporary popular culture. With its roots in rock and roll, MoPop serves as a gateway museum, reaching multi-generational audiences through its collections, exhibitions, and educational programs, using interactive technologies to engage and empower its visitors. At MoPop, artists, audiences, and ideas converge, bringing understanding, interpretation, and scholarship to the popular culture of our time. There are 11 current exhibitions. I really enjoyed 3 of them: Contact High, a visual history of hip-hop, Nirvana, taking punk to the masses, and Hendrix, Wild Blue Angel exhibits. Contact High was quite interesting and thorough, lots of photos and some physical items. I think the videos with artists just talking are the most compelling.
Probably looking like a real like groupie right now. You know, Rakim is just falling through. Greg Nice is standing around in the steps. Daylight's here. Boss, all of them is here. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Nirvana had a lot of items on display as the history happened in Washington. There was more access to this history. I wish the literal space for this exhibit was bigger. The space was a bit tight. I felt like I was on top of everyone trying to read and see everything. The same can be said of Hendrix's exhibit. A bit on the small size, but lots of items to display. I wanted more of Hendrix's words and drawings. Wasn't as attached to the movie exhibits around fantasy, horror, and science fiction. But there is so much to look at if you are into franchise cinema. I thought the sound lab was quite unique and a great way to expose people to music. I spent 10 minutes in a room playing the drums badly and had a great time. I have never played drums in my life, but there's a jam room, so I'm gonna try it out. Tickets for adults vary from $25 to $30, depending on the time of day and the day of the week. But you can save a fair amount of money buying your tickets in advance with City Pass. That was my experience at the Seattle Center. I had a great time, felt very welcome and comfortable on the campus as a transgender man of color. I wish I had time to see all of the organizations on the campus, but I look forward to my next visit.